what I want to explain to you is time and how time works with inside of the realm. Now, I cannot explain time without outside of the heavens, which is outside of the firmament. What keeps time within the system, okay, which in the navigational system is called the firmament, okay? That's going to keep it, that's going to give your north, south, east, and west poles, okay? The north and south pole are free-floating fluctuators. They're approximately somewhere at 33 degrees to 66 degrees. Free-floating right now. And they move every so many thousand years. Okay? It'll move. This is the shift of the pole. This is when they call it a polar shift. Okay? So that's where I forgot to add in it. So we got the polar shift. That's why they call it the polar shift. And this is when the poles shift. Now, the Earth, as we know it, is free-floating on nothing. If it's floating on nothing, it's not in water. Okay? The word nothing stated nothing. Nothing means a pocket of space. Okay? It's free-floating in space. So we understand that to be correct. The next part you want to understand about the compass of time is called the compass of time, because a compass, in order to have a compass, you'd have to have time. And in order to have time, you have to have a navigational system to the map, which is to the math, which has to be correct. In order for you to have the time correct, you'd have to split it into fours, okay? 4 corners of the world, which will split the time frame from the 24 hours into 4 halves, okay? 6 hours in 4 halves, okay? Now, the whole outside of the perimeter of this firmament light, also called the stratosphere, will be 360. Okay, it appear to look spherical. Sphere. That's why I call it stratosphere, atmosphere. It has the word sphere in it. Listen to it. They wouldn't write the word sphere inside of it unless it was talking about the celestial sphere, which is slightly different from the sphere, which is way different than the sphere we're living in, but it's still the basic concept to how this place works is how the heavens works. Now, what you're seeing here is at the edge of the stratosphere is when you look back, you'll see a firmament light. Okay? It'll be a firmament light, which the sun helps light the firmament light. Is how, I don't know, I can't really explain that because I've never been up there, but we know that Augustin Picard took a hydrogen balloon up and never came back down on his own. We understand that this is a one-way ticket. Once you go up, there's no coming back. What are you gonna? They didn't have no astronauts at that time. No one could take that height and then had the breathing capabilities of the atmospherical changes. So we understand that something brought him back down. Someone. Also, the free fluctuating magnetic poles is also connected to the spiritual portals, okay, between heaven and the underworld, which is connected to a pulley system, okay, which is going to pull you either north or south, towards the northern celestial pole or south towards the celestial south pole. Okay, now then, when you understand that the time has been split not only from day to night, but from also sunrise to sunset, and split into 6s. But it's also split into 12s, okay? You can also split it again, and you can get 8 sections, okay? You can get 8 sections, but from 2 different halves. Now, this would be split into 4s from 2 different halves. which will throw you at approximately 45 degrees, okay? 4 hash at 45 degrees on both sides, which will give you 4 hash at 3 hours, okay? 3 hours of this. We're talking about the sun and how it moves. So this is all the appearance of the sun as well. What you get within all of this is 4 seasons, okay? 4 seasons is connected to the greater and the lesser light. The greater and the lesser light is connected to the greater angels versus the lesser angels, okay? The greater sun, the sunlight, aka that's why they call it the sun, because it was the sun who appeared to be, I am the light of the world, okay? So he called it the sunlight to remind you that he's the King of all kings, the Lord of all lords. The moonlight, okay? That's the transformational hour. This is the, also called thriller hour. But it's as above, so below, okay? As above, so below. What you have when the outer appearance of the time frame, okay? Because we're inside of a capsule, a time capsule, okay? This is considered to be a time capsule, but the whole entire realm is the capsule, okay? You'll get that understanding one day when you watch the movie called Knowing. Once you understand the movie Knowing, the first thing that they did was do what? The time capsule, okay? Now when you understand, you go to the polar shift, which is outside of the polar shift, which is considered to be the heavens, is called the Arctic heavens. Why? Because temperatures is as cold as the edges. Okay, the edges may be considered to be possibly, which is the flat spherical disk, which is considered to be maybe an ice wall. Okay, we all understand that north, south, east, and west is definitely has to be an ice wall. Why? It's going to contain you and keep you away from the edge. You're not meant to be there. It's designed to keep you away because the ocean designed it to keep you away. You got to travel over the ocean to get to the ice wall, to get to the edge, which the ice wall, all it is water that's been stacked up as a wall. Okay, and it's considered to be possibly a salt wall. A wall of salt that's from the ocean. But it's mixed in there with the water, so once it starts melting, well, then it also connects to the 4 beasts, which connects to the 4, I don't know if it's connected to the 4 Euphrates River beasts, but I believe it's separated, because you got the four corners, okay, which is the 4 apocalyptic horsemen, which was connected to the light versus darkness, 2 horses on each side, 2 allies, 2 allies. The 2 most powerful allies of the greater light versus the 2 most powerful allies of the dark powers, okay? When you split the time in half, right? You split it in half, you got 12 and 12, right? Summer solstice, winter solstice. Depending on where it's located at the time of the season, okay? What we have here is considered to be the compass of time. If anyone can get a better drawing and advance it, remember my name. Remember my name. Because somebody's going to advance what I wrote in here. Because somebody has something I don't have. They have the missing pieces. They have the advancement. I just had the basic. And that's all I was supposed to do, is give you the basic. You'd advance it from here. But I give you all the tools you needed. I'm basically one that helps a person become something great. You know, you're going to use me as a stepping stone. I don't know who it is. No one knows who it is. But what the center is, the center of time, the fluctuator between the portal of night and day, is considered the yin and the yang, the balance. Okay? That is the balance scale between light and darkness, 12 and 12. 24 hours, military timer. But it's heaven, military timer. Why? Because the heavens is what created the earth. Not the earth did not create the earth. We all understand that. You had to have a creator, which when the creator arrived, it was formless. Okay, there was no form to it yet. And don't forget, you're inside of a time capsule. This is how you were able to cap the time. That's all I